What's going on, guys? I'm Jeff Orig and I'm a filmmaker, and I'm very brand new to BTS. Today I'm going to look at the Save Me behind the scenes, or shooting sketch as they call them. I watched and reacted to the actual video, so if you haven't watched that, you can go watch that, and let's go dive in right now.
보여주세요. Save me. 5월의 날씨가 아니에요. 지금 세미는 뮤비를 촬영하기 위해 여기로 왔는데요. 현장에 계신
I don't know if it's pouring. It's definitely raining a little bit here. Yeah, I noticed on the comments, people kept quoting like fighting, fighting, fighting. So I don't know what that means. Maybe you guys could teach me in the comments, like, what does that mean? Yeah, okay, so you could see already, I was commenting on the video itself that, like, not only are the performers of BTS dancing, but the camera crew and the camera person is also actually a part of this dance. And you can see in this clip here, they're like running around. He's holding, it looks like, that doesn't look like a gimbal to me. That looks like it's a piece of equipment called a fig rig. Kind of similar, but this one doesn't have motors, at least on this glance here. So let's just keep watching. The guy's holding the umbrella, but he's not actually using the umbrella. Okay. Anyway, the guy in the yellow poncho. I think someone said this is like much earlier in their careers, so it's like lower budget, not as big of a crew.
빰빰빰 이렇게 이거랑 그리고 우리 빰빰빰빰 이렇게 생각해가지고 빠바바바바바 여기서 하게 됐어요.
This is yeah, again, back to my wife and like me knowing about dance through my wife and like her dance career and choreography career. Not all dancers do this, but a lot of dancers will remember choreography through the song, and or you kind of make up your own new song. Like there might be songs that don't have lyrics that you're dancing to, and they'll create like almost little songs or words to remember the dance by as they're moving through the song. And I can talk about modern a lot. So in modern, and this is not modern, this is like more hip hop, pop kind of stuff. But in modern, some choreographers, some dances, in particular dances my wife would create, would not necessarily have your traditional like 4 count, 8 count, 16 count, that kind of a thing, where the count was much more natural as opposed to like rhythmically timed to the music. And it was, again, like in modern, it's sort of this in reaction or maybe rebellion towards traditional dance, at the time ballet, let's say, where ballet was very rigidly counted, and especially to the music. So anyway, let's keep going. It looks cold. It's also cold in the studio here too, guys. Like, that's why I have this sweatshirt on. Yeah, fighting, right? Like in the comments, people will put that in there. So yeah, tell me what that means. I'm assuming it's like let's go, or I don't know what other like English equivalents of that, like But like, I think "Let's Go" is really common these days. Like when these days when you're playing something or you're doing something, like "Let's go, come on, let's go." Yeah, like you can totally see how you have to coordinate this. Like, they're all dancing, including the camera operator and like whoever's assisting camera right now. So they all have to move like together, and then we'll probably see them like kind of swing around and all these other things. Yeah, like there's the guy in the yellow, or yeah, I think it's a guy in the yellow. He's helping with some like lighting stuff. So this is it's like a piece of reflector board, just to help. It's a cloudy day, just to kind of help fill in some light. It can be kind of like, might look a little too dark or a little too shadowy. This particular day, sometimes like cloudy days are okay because you'll have sort of this even light, and you'll have this even light, so we're kind of wherever they turn, it's not like super stark shadow, not super stark like in silhouette or like anything like that. So yeah, see how everybody's running around, and like they're trying to coordinate like when it goes in there. I wonder where the music playback is, if it's just like a Bluetooth speaker on the camera person or something. So, you know, when you're shooting a music video, that you need to have the actual audio of the song being played at the same time, and you play it through some sort of speaker system. Even this camera person that's filming this behind the scenes needs to sort of coordinate to an extent where they can't be in the shot during the live takes, so they're running around hiding as well. Yeah.
사비할 때 대형 하나 완전 우그러졌어. 그런데 처음에.
Yeah, see all this, like they had to practice. This is part of the practice. This is part of the rehearsal. Yeah, so exactly, like they know the parts of the song. They're used to choreography, so then they know kind of like, okay, when it's this part, like try matching when you're doing "Please Extend That Hand."
바람이 일정치가 않으니까 하면 이렇게 돼요. 삼지창. 삼지창도 아니고 그냥 창이에요, 창.
좀 약간 아니준데?
그러니까.
Yeah, so they switched. Oh, you know what? Okay, so camera person in the practices was using the Fig rig, so that one doesn't have any motors in it. And then this one, he is using the gimbal with the motors in it. I'm guessing so they could save battery for the motor, and plus, like, it was raining, so that Fig rig with no motors in it, it's just like way cheaper, easier. They know they're not going to use that footage, but they're like recording it so they can practice and like review the practice. Whereas here, with the motors, you don't want to get those wet in the rain kind of thing. This is my guess. I don't know if that's true or not, but it makes a lot of sense. I don't know what the guy with the umbrella is doing. I'm assuming this is like the director maybe, and he might be just kind of like counting it out and helping to give cues in terms of like, okay, now do this or do that, whatever. It seems like, yeah, I guess if I remember the video correctly, maybe they don't show all the way around. So this camera crew that we're watching right now, and then like the director or whoever this is standing on this little rock or whatever, the actual music video camera never spins around to see this perspective, which is cool. That makes it a little bit easier. there's a lot of pressure for the camera operator, by the way. Like, for sure there's pressure on the performers themselves. But sometimes you can kind of like hide performance mistakes because like if there's there's 7 of them, so you may not be paying attention to all of them. But if the camera operator trips and falls or misses like whoever's supposed to be singing at that moment, it's super obvious.
으아. 세미가 잘 될 거라는 징조. 바로 가자. 바로 가겠습니다. 진짜 마지막.
Yeah, I feel this. Like we do some similar things that like even like rain or shine, you kind of just if you can, you just go. If you go look at one of our movies, Waikiki PD Part 1, in the middle of the movie, there's like a whole scene or a whole sequence of scenes where it's like pouring rain, and we made the call that like we have to go, and it's for a variety of reasons. Like, one, you got all the cast and crew put together in one space and time, and people's schedules are super busy. We're still on the very low budget early part of our careers on this side, so like trying to re-coordinate everybody's schedule to be available off from their regular day job to come go film a movie with us like is super difficult. So I get that they're like, okay, it's raining, we just gotta go and do this thing. I mean, it's not super, it's not bad enough where it's necessarily gonna break the cameras, hopefully. And and then like you start to rationalize things too. There's a filmmaker that I really loved when I went to film school way back in the day. His name is Jean Renoir. He's the son of that famous painter Renoir, French filmmaker, and he made a movie called Rules of the Game. And in that movie, Rules of the Game, if it was raining, they would film while it was raining, and they would just have the actors say like, "Oh, it's raining now," and then if it stopped raining, they're just like mention that like, "Oh, it stopped raining." And I have a background in a lot of my cast and crew have a background in improv, like comedic improv and that kind of thing. And so we do the same thing in our process. We'll yes and the situation. And in the case of when we were filming that movie Waikiki PD, which is available on Amazon if you want to go check it out, we said yes and to the rain, and we just went for it. And it works out. You find little happy accidents. And in the case of this, too, like the song is called Save Me, you could make the case that the rain and the sort of like the dark kind of cloudiness of it helps feed into the vibe and the tone of the song itself. So they went for it, right? Yeah, the details in the clouds really good. Exactly. Yeah, see, it's like a scene from a movie. Exactly. Like when you're starting out and you're low budget and you don't have a lot of time and money and resources, you try and find some of that epicness, some of that cinematic quality naturally, in whatever resources you have access to. Yeah, see, look at the camera operator working. He's still working. And like, right, you still have to kind of keep dancing, even if you're not on camera, just in case you get on camera. And then you saw how like coordinated this camera operator had to be while filming. And like he had to know all the like where to be among them, right? Yeah, so it runs off camera to come back on. Yeah, so they're all seeing like, okay, how it all looks. Look at that, this camera operator is sweating. I mean, deservedly so. The guy's working his ass off, right? Like, just look, he's sweaty there. But props to him. Like, that camera rig is not light. It's a big cinematic camera. I don't know which one it is. Just let's say it's like the Canon C200 or something like that. It looks kind of like that. And then plus like the gimbal itself. Then there's monitors on there. And then like whatever kind of remote control equipment that's on there. So they'll have remote control equipment where the director can look at a monitor remotely. There's an official position called assistant camera, and there's like first assistant camera, second assistant, and so on. Depending on how many they have, they can break out the roles where like one of the assistants could be doing the focus remotely. It's possible this rig has that on there. So if you add all that weight, and then the guy has to like hold it out here, you're gonna be working hard. And somebody mentioned in the comments that the guy has calves of steel, and yeah, you could totally see this guy's got some. He's a pretty bulky dude, so it's a lot of work. And depending on how many it takes, I don't know if they're gonna mention or if it has been mentioned how many takes it took for them to not only rehearse it but then do actual live takes for them to get it all correct, both the dancers and the camera operators. It had to have been more than one. I mean, like, for sure, right? And for sure we're seeing that they're like, oh, that was the best one so far. So, like, it's going to be a lot of work. And, yeah. Okay, let's keep going. Cool, yeah. Look at that. Plus he's rocking backwards. It's rocky. It's not even terrain. So they teach us, like, in at least in my film school, they taught us like how to walk like a marching band. Like in a marching band, you don't walk normally. You walk like toe heel, or heel toe, depending on which direction you're going. And that's to help like make you more level, make you more stable. Same with this. Let's see if he's using any of those techniques. A little bit. This is super hard for him. Like this, this hill. Not hill, but a little bump in the terrain. Plus, there's all these like rocks and grass and stuff. Like it's totally uneven. So put yourself in his like shoes right now. He's got to navigate all of this little rough terrain while holding this heavy rig. He's not looking at actually where he's going. He's looking at the screen to see that the right person's in frame at the right time. And then he is kind of peripherally looking at kind of like where he is and where everybody is around him. And he needs to get to the right spot during this dance where all these people are moving around him, while like making sure the proper person who's like singing at the time is like in the right part of the frame, whether they should be like, you know, dead center or wherever. And like there's also a million other things you're thinking about when you're composing a shot. So if you look at my framing right now, like I'm in the middle and then there's like a little bit of headroom. You know, you don't want to like cut people's heads off and that kind of thing. So all of this is going through this man's head right now, and he's trying to make sure it's like coming out awesome. And like someone had mentioned in the comments that like, you know, BTS, they're perfectionists, this and that and the other. Absolutely they are. But same with the camera crew, same with like the filmmakers and the editors and all these other people too. They want to do their best. They're trying to create the best work that they can, because they're a part of it, right? So yeah, props to this guy. We've done similar things like this, and it can be, I know how it goes. Yeah. So then, I wish they would have had the wider shot of this, but like, you know, he was focused on RM, and then he had to like move out, pull back. Now he's moving closer. This is the director, I'm assuming, with the red umbrella. Yeah, and he's just like paying attention, making sure.
Oh, God.
Looks so good. Yeah, there you go. Cut, healed, cut.
Oh my God, it looks so good.
야, 여기
Yeah, I know this feeling. You're like, you're working your ass off this whole day. So many pieces need to come together. If one thing messes up, you got to redo the whole take. And then like just when you get it and you know you got it, then you're just like, yeah, we got it. And it's a big time to cheer. In the U.S., the last shot is called the martini shot. So when you get the martini shot and you finish it, everybody claps, the whole cast and crew claps, and you kind of cheer martini shot because it's like you're gonna go grab drinks after or whatever.
와 진짜 뷰가 그림도 멋지고
안 좋아서 좀 아쉽긴 했지만 덕분에 뭔가 좀 더 좋은 그림이 나올 수 있었던 것 같아요.
그렇지 카메라로 보니까 굉장히 이게 또 그림이 너무 이뻐 보였단 말이지.
자꾸 한 번만 하다 보니까 이게 계속 아쉬우니까 한 번 또 다른 멋있는 모습으로
또 다른 매력을
여러분께 찾아가도록 하겠습니다.
여러분들께 보여드리도록 하겠습니다.
쌤이 많이 응원해 주세요.
쌤인 뮤직비디오 촬영 끝났습니다.
수고했다.
자, 밥 먹으러 가자!
쌤이 정말 절대 잊지 못할 거예요. 잘 나와서 다행이에요.
너무 스태프분들도 많은 고생하셨고 지금 저희의 하영이나 스페셜 앨범의 마지막 뮤비니까 꼭 기쁜 마음으로 감사해 주셨으면 좋겠어요.
You know, even this, like we're looking at the behind the scenes of it. So, like I said last time, there's two crews, right? There's the crew actually filming the music video itself, and then there's this crew filming the behind the scenes or the shooting sketch, right? They have similar goals, but in the shooting sketch behind the scenes crew, they have to get stuff like this too, right? Like they have a goal and they have a mission of like, okay, we need to get some little interviews and we need to get little snippets of the band saying things and kind of helping to promote the video. And so they got to go up to them and say like, hey, what did you think about today? Or, what do you want to say to the fans? Or whatever kind of questions that they might have and like the angle that they're trying to go for in producing this itself as well, right? So we're getting to see a little bit of this, and like you get to see the progression of the day, like from the very early morning to now it's nighttime, and like they're getting ready to go, like they're by their cars or whatever this is, so.
여러분 다음 봅시다.
Yeah, and whoever edited that too, they needed to kind of make it like fun and entertaining as well. Awesome, yeah. Okay, so I think this is great. I'm I'm loving going down the rabbit hole with you guys. Thank you so much for like being a part of my journey and like allowing me to kind of share sort of my perspective on these things. I really love that you guys like hearing about my perspective and like my experiences as it relates to what they're doing. And I want to see if you guys are interested. There's another music video. So we're having a conversation. We're playing with each other. We're interacting, right? Some films and movies and music videos that I've mentioned that you might want to check out now are Touch of Evil, the opening sequence of that. That's a film by Orson Welles, and it's considered one of the best film noir, black and white sort of detective movies that you can see. The opening shot is a single take, and it's inspired so many movies and videos and music videos since then. So Save Me is definitely part of that heritage. So go see where like it kind of all began. That particular sequence is one that sort of put that single take on the map. And then there's this obscure music video from the 90s called Lucas with the Lid Off. And it's by Michel Gondry, he's still making music videos. He's a French filmmaker, but he's made a lot of music videos for American artists and artists around the world. That's a single take as well. And it's crazy what they did in that one because it doesn't, the way they make it look and feel, it's as if there's edits within the single take itself. I know it sounds super weird to say and think about, so I encourage you to go look at it. We'll include a link in the description. Weirdly, it's not available on YouTube. It is available on some other site, but go check it out. Leave some comments here if you have seen either of these, and like, you know, if you like those, didn't like those, what you didn't like about them, whatever. Yeah, well, we're learning from each other. You guys are teaching me BTS. I'm teaching you filmmaking stuff. And like, let's go look at some cool videos and things together. That's it for now. I am super excited to be learning more and more about BTS and like interacting with you guys. So much fun. As usual, if you have any suggestions or ideas, leave it in the comments. And I'm learning. Is this right? Am I messing it up? Barahe. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Bye. I purple you.